class ninth. A very good morning to all of you. So class ninth, in today's session, we are going to begin with the second chapter of history, which is socialism in Europe and the Russian Revolution. So we are going to talk about Russian Revolution and how socialism in Europe was there. Now let's begin with the topic. Okay, the first topic is the age of social change. This is our first topic, that is the age of social change. So class, in the previous chapter we have read about the powerful ideas that we got from the French Revolution. That was the idea of equality, fraternity, and these ideas were circulated like the throughout the Europe. The people were very inspired by the French revolutions and the ideas that the people got. The French Revolution not only opened the possibility for creating a change, but they also gave the chance to improve and the structure of the society, in the sense that we were aware that the French society was divided into three states and the entire structure, and how with the passage of time, how with the passage of the revolution, the entire society structure was changed. We have studied this in the French Revolution. Now class, further, it also motivated the people of other countries who were living under the aristocracy, monarchy, to revolt, to raise their voice against the church, who controlled economic as well as the social power. So you can see that how the people were influenced by the ideas of French Revolution. Now after the revolution, it seemed possible to change. Now people got inspired from the French Revolution and they felt, yes, after this revolution the change is possible. It is not only there in the many parts of Europe but also in Asia. So you can see that the ideas of French Revolution was spreading slowly through other continents of the world also, like your Asia, and people would begin to talk about the individual rights. Yes, that how the citizen of a country can get a right and who can control the social power. So these type of topics were the matter of discussions of the people of Asia, Europe, and people were really motivated with this. Also in India, Raja Ram Mohan Roy and de Rosio talked about the significance of the French Revolution. Significance in the sense that how it brought the change in their society from being a dictator country, it became a democratic country. People got their rights. So they were very inspired during that time, because India was also under the rule of Britishers. So they can experience that what they are going through, how the Britishers were so cruel with Indians. So Raja Ram Mohan Roy and de Rosio, they were inspired by the French Revolutions. They were inspired by the ideas of the French Revolution, and they also debated about the post of revolutionary in Europe and how these things affected the development in the colonies. So you can see that with the ideas of these revolutionaries, the country reshaped their ideas. There was a social change. You can see social change in French Revolution. You can see the social change in the ideas of Europe as well as in Asia. So the French Revolution's ideas were spread like a fire throughout the world. Secondly class, not everyone in Europe, okay, wanted a complete transformation. Now class, there were certain people in Europe who did not want a complete transformation of society. Responses can be vary from those who accepted that small change was necessary, but they wished for a gradual shift. Now people wanted a change, but they were like, maybe with the slow passage of time, change should be there. They wanted a change, but they believed that it is possible with the gradual, means slowly shift of time. to those who wanted to restructure society radically. Now there were some people who wanted that with the passage of time there will be change, and on the another hand you can see that there were people who wanted the society to restructure within a moment, it matlab within a second or radically very early. So you can see that there is a difference in the idea. Some people wanted to take small changes, and some people wanted to change the society within a moment or in a very strong way. Now the society of Europe was divided into three different peoples. Some people were conservatives, others were liberals, and radicals. So now we have heard these terms for the first time. So now we are going to discuss about who were radicals, who were liberals, and who were conservatives, and how their ideas was differ from each other. In what context was their ideas was differ from each other, how the liberals were different from radicals, how the radicals were different from conservatives, and your radicals, how the liberals were, they all were different. Now let's begin with the liberals. We are going to discuss who liberals were, what was their thinking. So class, liberals were the group of people who looked to change society. Now there was a group of people who wanted to bring the change in the society. The liberal wanted a nation which tolerated all religions. So you can say that they were very open-minded because they wanted that there should all religions should be respected, their festivals should be celebrated. So you can see they want a proper secularism in a country because they wanted that in a nation one religion shouldn't be respected. We should respect all the religion in the society and we should respect them. Furthermore, class, during that time there was only one religion that was there in European countries, and it was a discrimination, you can say, with another religions. So during that time European states usually discriminated in socialism in Europe. Socialism in Europe means, class, they did not give value to another religion, they only give value to the one religion. They never respected the other religions, and they used to discriminate the other religion that were there in Europe, and they favored one religion. Okay, they only favored one religion. For example, you can say in Britain favored the church. So you can say that Britain only favored the Christianity or the religions that was there in the church. They never valued any other religion. Similarly, in your Austria and Spain, they favored the Catholic Church. So you can see that the church was so powerful. It controlled the economic as well as the social power during that time. Liberals, however, opposed the uncontrolled power of dynastic rulers. They not only were opposed for one religion, but they were also opposed. They were not in the favor that the rulers should have the uncontrolled power. Means that there should be a check of their powers. They shouldn't be having the uncontrolled power. There should be a limit amount of the powers that should be given to them. Furthermore, class, they also wanted to safeguard the rights of individuals. Certain rights have been given to every individual who is the status, who is the citizen of that country. So they wanted that the safeguards those rights of the individuals against the government, in the sense that no government can snatch those rights that the citizen of the country should be given. So they were in the favor of these rights. They further argued for a representatives. If we see in India, we have a representative, we have a proper elected government, parliamentary form of government, we have a proper laws, we have a proper well-trained judiciary, and that is independent to the rulers. So similarly, the liberals wanted a proper representative, proper elections, they want a parliamentary form of government, plus they want the judiciary to be free from the rulers, and they want laws should be there for everyone, irrespective of what class they have or what religion they have. So you can see that they want a proper functioning of the country where the judiciary should be proper. They should not favor the rulers. However, they were not democratic. Yes, class, they were not democratic. We all might be thinking, yes, they might be democratic, but the fact is that they were not democratic because they did not believe in universal adult franchises. Universal adult franchises, they never believed that every citizen citizen of the country should vote, they were not in this favor. Okay, they were not in this favor, and that is the reason they were not democratic. They only felt that the men should vote and those who have property should vote. Okay, women should not be the part of this, or the poor people should not part of the voting. Only the men, especially men who own the property, should have the right to vote, and because of this reason they were not democratic. Okay, although they believe in every single thing, they believe in giving values, they believed in being secularists, but they were not democratic because of this reason, that they only believe women should not vote, and furthermore only men who have a property should vote, and that is the reason they were not your democratics. Next we are going to discuss about radicals. Just now we have learned who were liberals. Now we are going to discuss about radicals, who were radicals and how their thinking was different from liberals. So class, in contrast to radicals, they wanted a nation in which government was based on the majorities of country's population. So they wanted a democratic country, in the sense they wanted the country should have that government that was based on the choice of the majorities of country's population, that whatever the country is selecting, the representative the country is selecting, they should be that only. They aim with that. Now many supported women suffragette movement, many supported that women should also be the part of the voting system. So you can see that they might be democratics. Unlike liberals, they oppose the privilege of great landowners and wealthy factory owners. So they also oppose the privileges that is given to great landowners and wealthy factory owners, that they were free from giving taxes. So they also oppose all the privileges that these peoples were given. Furthermore, they were not against the existence of private property, but dislike concentration of property in the hands of few. So they were very open-minded people. They were not against the existence. There might be existence of private property, but they were not in the favor that majority of the property of a country should given to the wealthy people. So you can say that liberals were having far wider thinking that the radicals. You can say that the radicals have an open-minded thinking. They believe in supporting women. They believe that the country should be governed by the government whose selection is done by the majority of the population. Furthermore, they were not against the private properties, but somehow they were against the concentration of the property in the hands of a few, that the entire country population should not be there in the hand of the certain people. Okay, it should be distributed equally. So you can see that radicals have a far open mind than liberals. And the last class, now the next one, we were talking about the conservative. However, it is after the French Revolution that the conservative felt that there is a need of the change, in the sense that the society was divided and how the only one state people has to pay the taxes. So even conservative felt that there should be a change in the society. Earlier in the 18th century, conservative have been gradually opposed the change. Now if we talk in the terms of the time period, in the 18th century the conservatives were also not in the favor to bring the change, but when they saw the French Revolution, when the ideas were motivated them, they were ready to bring the change. So by the 19th century they accepted that some changes were important, but they also believed that the past has to be respected, in the sense they believe that change is important, but whatever we have learned from the past, we should always respect it, and change had to be brought, but with a very slow process. They want to change, but again the speed of the change should be very slow. They believe like this. So you can see that they all were different from each other. Radicals, liberals and conservatives, three of them were really different from each other. If we talk in the way of their mindset, there was because of their different in mentality, there is a different in thinking. So all these led to the social clash, in the sense because of their different ideology in life. Okay, they used to fight with each other, and because of this you can see there is a clash. And because of these clashes, because of these various clashes, though at times there are revolutions and national reformations take place, but it is not successful. It is because they don't follow one ideology. There is a difference of ideology, so they were not able to transform the nation properly in the 19th century, and they both need to define their limits, although they have a potential tendency, but they need to define their limits also, and they need to stick to one ideology so that they can form the nation properly with their proper one ideology. Okay, so class, please make sure to read the first 2 pages of this chapter. Okay, thank you.